Anyway, let's move on to the next conversation where we are giving out the laptops. Actually, it's tablets now. We heard of one student, one laptop. But now it's not one student, one laptop, but rather it is one student, one tablet for the children in secondary school and the tertiary education. And with the tertiary education, it's mostly those in the TVET tertiary education. And for them, it's not free, actually it's subsidized. So they will get it on subsidy. However, for those in secondary school, they are getting it for free. And yesterday, 1.3 million tablets were distributed or was launched to be distributed. I'm trying to get my words right because somebody will tell me that, oh, you said 1.3, we haven't received it. Yeah. Okay, so yet to be distributed. And once it's distributed, you should know that you might get yours depending on the school that you come from. But the government has promised that almost every student out there will get a free tablet before the close of the year. Stallone, your party seems to be working, but it looks like there are people out there who feel that we need to solve certain problems before we move on to the other. Example is Dumso.
Roselyn, again, on these matters, let me say, those who say we should solve Dumso, you are better off having a developed human capacity. When you develop people's human capacity, they're in a better place to solve some of the challenging problems of your country than leaving them in the situation we find ourselves currently. That said, let me commend this government. And maybe the people of Ghana, or a section of them, have not taken their minds to this, that if there has been any government that has consistently shown commitment to the development of education in our country, there can be no other than the Akufo-Addo Bawumia regime. You know, Roselyn, right from 2008, then candidate Akufo-Addo started talking about free SHS. The norm in our part of the world is presidents, after assuming office, normally roll out their flagship programs second year, third year into their tenure. But this is the president who, in a record 9 months, the very first year after his election, rolled out his major flagship policy, and it was in education. That single policy has 10 lives around. Yesterday, I was just doing analysis of the numbers, and since its inception, since its introduction, it looks like some more than 5 million Ghanaian children have benefited from this policy. Currently, there are over 1 million Ghanaian children in senior high schools. It's never happened, record number. If we continue at this pace, maybe Roselyn, you've not observed. Now you go to your fuel attendants, security men, and whatnot, young people, engage them, speak to them. You see where our nation is headed.
But then again, you see, it's a good thing that you rolled out, but you also agree that some of your people actually did say that it looks like it was a little bit rushed because certain factors were not taken into consideration, and so you faced a lot of hitches where some students were not getting beds, feeding was a problem, you know, some students were not getting the right schools and all of that. So probably if you are taking your time,
it could never have been rushed. We are 57 years old. Until when? Until when do you endure a system that gives opportunity to some people at the expense of others? Just recently, over the weekend, we were with some taxi drivers. Their testimony was chilling. And I say that maybe someday posterity will be so kind to President Akufo-Addo. When I was listening to the taxi drivers, one of them openly said he did not know how his daughter was going to enter Wesley Girls, but for this word, policy. And you see, when it started off, the reactions it generated, like you've expressed, I know it's a concern by a section of the people. It was rushed. We should have waited and catered for everything before we moved. You cannot, it's like going to marry, and they tell us when we go to marry, you cannot have everything figured out before you do the most important things of your life. No, you must take a bold, conscious effort. And then right along the line, you fix some of these teething problems that come up. When we started free SHS. It was on what do you call the shifts, the near shift system. They say were double track. Heavily criticized. Do we have double track today? We don't have. Over thousands of educational projects after the introduction of the policy were initiated across secondary schools in our country. The problem of beds and all of these dormitories and whatnot you spoke about. After rolling out the policy, deliberate efforts were made to provide all of these amenities. Virtually every senior high school in our country were giving these facilities. As I speak to you, beyond these laptops they are giving to children, beyond these laptops they are giving to every tablet they are giving to every single senior high school student. And it's not surprising. When the Vice President spoke about this policy, you know, in our country, we have a union of NYE. I call them NYE union. For them, they don't introduce anything led by John Dramani Mahama. Uniman say NYE.
Is it tablet or is laptop?
Tablets, they are tablets, yeah.
Well, initially, we heard of laptops. So what happened?
It evolved. You see, that's why I said I don't reduce these things to nomenclature. The branding is.
No, it's just a question, though.
I get it. Sometimes most of the efficient, perhaps they might have looked for an avenue to get you some of the most handy equipment. Maybe laptops might be quite bulky. You know, the tablets are smaller and it's for.
And cheaper.
Of course, and it's for school children. But back to my point, the NYE cabal. Nothing is possible among us. Nothing.
But this NYE, with regards to this particular distribution of the tablet, is also stemming from the fact that teachers were promised laptops, deductions were made. But how many teachers have received their laptops?
Over 80% at the last. That is as far back as 2022. If you can check, about
the numbers
80% of the teachers have received their laptops.
Even if it's 80%, someone will say that, okay, I'm not part of the 80%
Rosie,
that
have you followed?
So 200,000 laptops have been given to teachers. How many teachers do we have in Ghana?
I don't have the number of it, but then as a last check, like when you mentioned, I went to check 80% success rate. And if you followed, the reason why you've not had a lot of controversy, by now the teachers would have been up and
they've been sending us messages.
They have. They send those who have not benefited.
It was part of the recent strike they went on. It was part of the reason.
Haven't you realized the seeming position of their unions? Can't you see the unions are a little bit calm? I don't know, Roselyn, if you've observed this.
How they were on a strike last?
Well, you should watch that. You know the people who lead the teacher unions. If they realize most of the problems there were from wherever they wanted to, everything would have grounded to a halt in this country. You know what I'm talking about? Because they were, I am told from official sources that the one teacher per laptop program actually emanated from the teacher unions themselves. They led it under the watch of Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh on a number of occasions speaking about it. They led it. They brought it up. Roselyn, back to the point.
So they brought it up.
It was their idea.
However,
their brainchild.
Some of them haven't received
80% success rate is no mean. It's like these tablets.
80%. Imagine, Stallone, that, we contribute, the three of us contribute, and then two of us get what we want, or what our contribution has gone in. So you don't get it. It's still like 80% or probably 90%. So you will feel that you've been sidelined.
Marginalized, yeah.
And so you will get upset because come what may, your money has been taken.
And it's refreshing that those who are handling it say they are still on course. I'm talking about the 80% is when I checked the last time. I think that was 2022. I'm sure they might have moved.
Well, no, the president's speech yesterday was 200,000.
Okay, well.
That was just yesterday.
They might have. So for all of those who have not had, there's commitment is still there. The point I make fundamentally, the fundamental point is the commitment, the level of investment in education. TVET, technical vocational education. We were children when we had this overflogged thought of this technical and vocational education that will develop our country. All successive governments have already paid lip service to this thing. They come and speak English. No show. It is President Akufo-Addo who has invested millions of dollars in this very critical sector of education. Now, all of the TVET centers, there's even a whole center for TVET in our country now. A whole, like the Ghana Education Service, we have a TVET service now. If you go to East Legon, thereof, you can see the whole TVET center put up. Now you go to our institutions, our TVET institutions, and then their laboratories look like those in very advanced countries. The investment. So you see, it's very convenient for people to play politics, but the facts remain that no president has shown this level of commitment. And I tell you about something about President Akufo-Addo. For whatever ills or whatever issues people have with him, those who have followed his politics consistently will tell you that he's been spared. And if you watch, if you do critical analysis of political leaders, their path, he is driven naturally by a genuine conviction to ensure a level play field. I feel it comes from his background. He feels maybe he was privileged. He was really convicted that if I get opportunity someday, I'll create a level play field for every Ghanaian. So it doesn't become a matter of who gave birth to you. It's about how far your own God-given abilities can take you. And that's what is happening today.
Okay.
So we are topping West Africa Exam Council awards. Ghana is winning it. The man who wants to be president says the exams we write here, we are able to get the laurels because we cheat. You see, for him, John Dramani Mahama, for him, everything positive shouldn't come to Ghana when he is not the one initiating it.
Okay.
He initiates nothing. He brings nothing. Nidiano say, people are taking tablets and innovations.
Your time is up. Let me go to Doc. Okay, so I have a comment coming in. Let me quickly read it and then I come to you. It's coming from Honorable Timothy Awantrim, and he says, good morning, Rosie. So to ask for timetable is to wish evil for Ghana, as put by Honorable Dr. Matthew Poku. I see, and now I understand why he can't be a running mate to the driver's mate, Dr. Bao Mia. Teachers' laptops, 500 Ghana cedis were deducted from the salary of teachers, and yet not everyone has a laptop. I have not yet received mine. Oh, Honorable, you haven't received yours. Hopefully you received yours very soon. Now, the statistics with regards to the teachers, in primary school, we have 106,500 teachers. Pardon? This is public school.
So
this is only public schools. No, I said public schools.
Okay.
Yeah. For the primary school, it says 94,027. For JHS, no, that was JHS. KG says 38,653. So in total, there are teachers that are 239,180. And yesterday, the president says 200,000 laptops had been distributed already. Let's hear from you if you're a teacher and you have received your laptop. So outstanding is about 39,000. So 39,000 laptops outstanding. However, there are 200,000 that have been given out. So let's hear from you this morning. If you've received your laptop, please tell us. Let's not lie. Let's speak the truth. Because if it's good, let's speak about it. If it's bad, let's be free and fair. Let's not try to quote it just because maybe it's not your party, so you pretend, oh, I haven't received mine. If you have received it, let us know. If you haven't received it, let us know as well. Doc, this initiative is a good one, isn't it? The student, one tablet.
Yeah, it's first of all, I want to disabuse mention what my brother mentioned, Stallone mentioned. Mahama actually is not the president or the leader of NYE. He should take it out. You see, sometimes you make statements. Know that tomorrow you could fall in within the same premise or the premises of such a responsibility. So you have to be very careful. I want to caution him. He's an up-and-coming young politician. So he should know that, to me, as I sit here, the former President, Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is not a leader and can never be a leader of NYE because he's done a lot during his tenure of office within the shortest possible time. And he's the only president who has done it so swiftly in the shortest possible time. 4 years, within 4 years. You see all across the country, we have a whole lot of infrastructure left by this government without completing it. And if he says that the political trend of Nana Akufo-Addo has gone to the stage that he has a level playing field. I think the playing field has loopholes. I think so. Because, you see, what happened when Kufuor left office? A typical example. When that Tamils came, he continued with his project. And though some quarters didn't appreciate it, but at the end of it, we have the N1.
Yeah.
Neat. So, you see, when we sing praises too much, that's like the great philosopher who says that never praise nor condemn, but seek to understand. The situation in which we are now, distributing of the
Laptops,
tablets. What is the significance? What is the purpose? I think that from where I sit with my education is to encourage the student to learn. Is that not it?
Yeah.
But the question of quality of delivery of those laptops and timely delivery of those types laptops are my concern. Because if you are already promised the teachers, who are great stakeholders, who are on the field to handle these people or students to become the best, and they have coughed out their own money, some part of the money for you to provide them with the laptop, and yet some people have not received it up to now. And I'm surprised that he doesn't know the figure of teachers in this country. As a good politician, you should know. There are about 300,000 and above.
It's actually 239,000.
I tell you, the latest update is about 300.
Okay.
I deal with figures. In economics, that's what we sleep in and eat.
Anyway, this is as of 2022, though.
Yes. I'm giving you the last update. Now, those teachers who are trained and they are doing private teaching and all that, including public teachers, get into about 300. You see, so MPP, when they are talking and they create political fallacy to push an agenda to make it look real, I'm having problem with that. That's why I stand. Let's be factual. Mahama within 4 years. I will not talk about Rawlings. I will not talk about any other.
You talk about Mahama.
I'll talk about Mahama. Within 4 years, the railway lines were on construction before you came to power. Have you finished them?
No.
The schools, the infrastructure, have you finished them?
Is it the e-blocks?
You see, in the Constitution, what is there? What is in the Constitution? My sister, in the Constitution, it says that free compulsory education. When you come and you decide that you have resources, you have the connections to push the agenda of free education, you should underline the difficulties you are going to face. Let Ghanaians be aware of the difficulties. Now the current free education system is even costly, more than when we have to roll it gradually.
Yeah, it is costly, but at the end of the day, children are benefiting, right?
I think
it's a question.
To me, because the health of education at currently is just about 20%. The health, when I say health of education, it comprises of the intellectual capacity of these children. I talk about the nutritional capacity of these children. I talk about the confidence that they put them in when they leave school, what they should have.
But these
the
are
quality.
Children, these are children who are topping WASI.
Topping what?
WASI, West African, senior high school.
Go to the labor market. You go to the labor market and see vis-a-vis what they have and what they are to implement. And that is where the gap is. You see that they don't have the grasp of what it takes to acquire education.
Okay, let's have some comments if we have, because I don't have a lot of comments. So today I'm trying to read almost every comment.
Excuse me,
yes,
before you go on, when they come to the universities where we teach, we will see the difference. After they've gotten the whatever.
So you're a lecturer in the university. Are you entitled to the laptop as well?
Yeah.
Are you entitled to a laptop?
I don't know. I don't need it.
Okay, but did you
I can buy my laptop because my laptop should be a quality laptop. I do a lot of research. I can't use those mass laptop for my research work. No.
Doc, did you contribute the 500 cedis?
I don't.
Okay, you didn't. All right. So if there are some messages that have come in, let's see them so we can quickly read the messages. It seems that there are people out there who are not too happy with the one student, one tablet. And there are people who are very excited about it because finally their children will get to use laptops, unlike it going to just the rich.
I see you demand fire.
Why? Who's that?
That's the president-elect of Senegal, 44-year-old.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, in Ghana, I wish that we could have a young person becoming president. Well, we have Cheddar, who wants to be president, so let's see what's going to happen. Hi, Rose. Teachers are right to go on strike since they've been exploited for too long. Again, Fair Wage Commission must be renamed as... Okay, I just realized that it's out here. Hi, Rose. Dr. Matthew Pokuprempe is a very rude character, just like the president, who said to people in Kumasi that he did not force them to vote for him, the same way he disrespected the people of Ekumfi and Volta region, that he denied them development projects because they didn't vote for him. Well, he didn't deny them. No, he did not. He actually said that, they didn't vote for him. So looking at how they voted, he shouldn't have developed, but he has. That's what he said, but he did develop. Remember, as a B told Ghanaians, as a minister under Akufo, to go eat konkonte and stop complaining about economic hardships. Arrogance of power and rudeness is the hallmark of the elephants. They can never change due to their upbringing. It looks like whenever it's election year, the political parties in power become arrogant. It's not just the MPP, it's both political parties. Is it because you're in power? So you think Ghanaians for granted?
That thing, arrogance, that word, that's one of the biggest crimes we've committed in this country. So we are raising very timid people. Very timid. We ascribe arrogance to everything.
No, you can be confident.
Everything.
Arrogance, you know what arrogance is.
You know what arrogance is?
What is arrogance? Confidence is not arrogance. I'm very confident, but nobody can tell me I'm arrogant.
You might be surprised the number of people who have told me that you are arrogant. But I hold...
Nobody has told you. It's not true.
Well, maybe I'll give you evidence. When you leave this sector, let me tell you.
This one, I put it to you that...
When you finish, I'll give you evidence.
Give me the evidence now. I'm telling you that I put it to you.
Some of them are very delicate information.
I said I put it to you, Stallone.
I love and regard people.
I am confident, but I'm not arrogant. And you know that.
I appreciate that. You are very confident, and I love your confidence.
Nobody can tell me.
But that word arrogance is deliberate.
But you see, what
the least thing we want to ascribe
political parties, because I look at under the NDC where there was a shortage of chalk and all of that, and there was an uproar where we had the minister then say certain things that caused people to say she's arrogant. Now
it wasn't the minister; it was the second lady. And I don't call it arrogance. She was overwhelmed. Obviously, she was fruit of incompetence, brazen incompetence. It wasn't arrogance. You could not have been arrogant there. Okay. Because the real test of your arrogance is what was showing. You could not provide chalk, and you want to call yourself. You cannot be arrogant when you can't provide chalk.
Can't you explain it in a better way?
That's why I said I don't call it arrogance. You know what I call it?
Okay.
You are only showing product of your ineptitude.
All right. So
not arrogance. Well, you get it.
Well, a friend of mine posted something on Facebook in 2016 and said that anytime he wrote anything negative about the NDC, then the NDC would attack him. But when he writes negative about MPP, they'll come into his inbox and say, "Oh, join us." Same as repeating now. Go comment about MPP. They will bash you. Comment about NDC. They'll say, "Oh, come and join us. We have changed." Election year. Hi, good morning. Please let the NDC rep know that if they think Mahama is coming back again to rule, then they must be dreaming big. From George Ablekuma West. One district, one ambulance. Most of the ambulances are broken down, and at a point you have to pay for petrol to use the ambulances. One student, one laptop. Who repairs the laptops when broken down? Create a centralized ICT lab in all SHS schools. That will be beneficial to all. We have the men indeed. Patrick Akraba. Patrick, they have given you laptops. You want them to repair the laptops too.
They bring nothing.
Oh no, but on a more serious note, I was paying for ambulance when my father was sick. I was paying. I never got free ambulance.
At least you've had ambulance.
At that time, it was 700 cedis for if you have to use that ambulance. No a day per trip.
Roselyn, you know what I say.
How many people can afford that 700?
You know my reaction.
Yeah.
My reaction is nobody disputes the magnitude of problems we have in our country, but one step at a time. Yeah.
Okay. It's very funny to hear the NDC talk about doomsday in this country just before we started experiencing the current power situation. Some few weeks now, the NDC sought to claim the credit for stable power supply for the past 7 years under President Akufo-Addo. I am reading my messages. Thank you. Please, I'm reading my message. Doc, thank you. Claiming John Mahama solved doomsday, but funny enough, the NDC now is shifting the current power outages on President Akufo-Addo. Amino in Sawam. Akonsi Gariba Tamale says, good morning, Roselyn. The NDC party shouldn't pretend to have solutions to the current power outages. Ghanaians slept under doomsday during the era of President John Dramani Mahama for a good 4 years. Mr. John Dramani Mahama and the NDC party thought Ghanaians have gotten his presidency. The best man to lead Ghana come 2025 is Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. BMW is possible. Good morning. Are we really serious as this country? Most of the SHS are equipped with ICT labs, yet we are going in for something that accessories and maintenance is almost impossible to sustain. I'm sad.
Currently, there's a project that is being rolled out. 304 senior high schools are going to be given modern ICT labs.
Okay.
It's a project from the Ministry of Communications.
When is it going to happen?
It started. They've completed the tender. I'm sure the contract has even been awarded. I'm sure at this point. 304. Maybe you are hearing it for the first time here. Ministry of Communications, Education are going to give 304. I tell you that, you see, the level of investment, it's never happened.
So 304?
Senior high schools.
All right.
In addition to
we are here. We ain't dying.
Laptops.
We are here. Good morning, Joy Prime, and to your viewers. Why is it that Ghanaians can be truthful for once? We admit that there are challenges in the energy sector, yes, but for Stallone, I give you opportunity to speak. When I'm reading, you let me. Yes, but for people to say John is the solution, dear, no, he can't be a solution for Ghana for once. Northeast, okay. Good morning, Roselyn. I wish Brenda and the entire crew who weren't feeling well yesterday a speedy recovery. Hey, did Brenda tell you that? Brenda is well. The signs of I'm the one who is sick. Brenda is well. Me, I'm sick. The signs of a political party going into opposition is arrogance. Our lights are going off and Napo says what? JM, we miss your humility, truthfulness and protectiveness. The nation builder JM would be president to rescue Ghana in 2025. EM Metununu Jr.
His father, this guy. That's Metununu's son.
Honorable Akisme says, hey, this MPP people will not kill us with their gross jokes. You are running the country by storybooks, calculating events and comparing them to book stories. No wonder Dr. Bawumia now jumps from economy to digitalization. Regards to Honorable Brighter Samoa Brefo, NDC parliamentary candidate for BBNE Ashia. Yesterday, Brenda mentioned this for me. Ashiaso Bekwai.
BBNE Ashiaso Bekwai.
Ashiaso, okay.
How can you use an auxiliary phenomena to describe your economic performance, which is digitalization? I've never seen it before.
Right.
As an economist, you should know what is key to the development of a country.
Right.
Not only digitalization is an auxiliary investment.
Doc wants to go there.
Anyway, good morning, Joy
I want
Prime.
to tell you, if that's my field, though.
I know.
So if you should understand.
But you know,
Okay.
you understand.
Good morning, Joy. Napo is an emblem of distraction after destroying the education sector. This is it at the energy sector again. The fact that he told those asking for timetable to come out with one exposes his weakness in public relations and rude or demigod he thinks he is. It is funny that with his posture, he's being considered for a vice president. December on the corner. On the issue of smart school tablets, I do not know where the focus of this government is. Public basic schools are bedeviled with the absence of furniture, textbooks, and classrooms, among other basic auxiliaries. Yet, this government finds delight in supplying tablets to SHS students simply because they constitute a voter population. This mind games is a weapon of distraction. Good morning, madam. The NPP knew their time is due. That is why they always exhibit such character. God will punish them all. Patrick, Cape Coast. To the Electricity Company of Ghana, once I have paid for the service, I have a contractual right to the service. And NAPO will also arrogantly and disrespectfully tell us to provide our own doomsday timetable if we want. Unas Asin South. The launch of One Student, One Tablet project has been successfully commenced today. This will empower the Ghanaian students to learn the smart way with limitless abilities and what they are capable of being trained. Thank you, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, for your unwavering, continuous commitment through digitalization towards the development of education in Ghana. Indeed, you're a generational thinker. It is possible. Abdul Aziz Jibani, Joy News, neighbor. Okay, good morning, Joy Prime. I pity for the NPP young man who has also been deceived to join the wicked government to collapse Ghana. We are tired of the NPP government and their fake promises, and I have nothing to say, but I'm assuring them that they must go incoming December for JM to come and save Ghana. Coming from Aisana Ebenezer from Navrongo. On tablet sharing, I want to... okay, let me start from here. Good morning, Madam Roselyn. With all due respect, can't you stop defending and protecting this government? It's sometimes irritating and unfair to do that as a moderator, you see. There are days they say I am for the NPP. There are days... Last week they say I was...
It's normal. They say you are for it's normal.
Last week I was told that I'm against Stallone.
Yeah.
Today they say I'm for Stallone. This job is not easy,
I understand you. That is why we must hasten slowly when we are branding people. Arrogant, whatever. No.
Tell your people not to bash me, because you see, there are days that...
They didn't brand him. They are not branding him, you see.
Okay, on the tablet sharing, I want to know which year groups are to receive the tablet if it gets lost or spoiled in the hands of the students. What's next? Okay, so this one says, good morning to you. Please, I want to know what about the laptops given to students? What is new ideas about the importation of solar panels? Is that something they have not seen before? Baumia is just a liar, but an idea stealer. Okay, from Sarah Mkwesi Gato, Roselyn, it's like the MPP is living on a different planet. That is why he's saying there is no more double track. He should be ashamed of himself. Did you say there's no more double track?
Yeah, he said it.
No, I said, where's double track? How many schools is it now?
You said it.
Yes, but there's no double track.
There is.
Where?
Dr. Matthew Poku-Prempeh told us yesterday to prepare our own timetable. Is that how disrespectful this man is? Also from Kumasi. Smart schools project for what? Give us a break. Also from Kumasi. In fact, Roselyn, that this government is not fit for purpose. Our schools lack textbooks, furniture, and more. Yet tablets are what they think are the priority of the Ghanaian students. Then they are welcome. The voice of the people is the voice of God. The communicators of the NPP are failing to realize one thing. What is every TV station they visit? Comments doesn't favor them, but instead of them to pay attention to the realities on the ground, they will generalize everything by saying they are all NDC members. If you're a government in power and claims all comments are coming from the opposition, no. You cannot say that because nothing shows his MP.
Oh, there is there. Look at his 24. Have you seen it? 24 hours.
He has chosen to do that. If your government in power and claims all comments are coming from the opposition, then your government is indeed sleeping and will be a week.
Don't worry, after December 7, he will know.
Please tell Stallone to give us some respect this morning. He's one of the communicators who appeared on TV stations without doing any research. 2024, Master Rahman, Tuna Sola. All right.
Somebody is writing it.
Yes, it's the same person. I can't read it again. Tuna Sola. This one there, I'm done with you so that I can read those. Okay. The launch of the Smart Schools project. Okay, I've read one. If I've read one from you already, I'll have to skip and go. Rosie, please, let's welcome KMJ back on board. Please, how can Ghana card at birth eliminate child trafficking? Please ask the NPP man whether this government have been able to achieve their promises of theirs. Number one, is our public pairs being protected? 2, has a new 350 new SHS been built? 3, are our students being served a hot cup of chocolate a day? 4, have the Galamsey menace been solved? 5, is our light bill still expensive than our rent? Have the country moved from taxation to production? Hey, the things are a lot. Okay, Rosie, please tell the NPP man that Ghana is no more part of WAEC, and now this government sets its own questions for the students and the teachers, assist the students to pass their exams, unlike JDM time when students compete with our West African counterparts. Actually, we are still part. We are still writing what's darling. Rosie, which government in his or her right frame of mind will buy Pasco for students while we can't feed?
Kind of things they are fed with.
Let me see. Hey, I think this one they'll come and continue because Our time is up. So we'll continue doing trends because our time is up. So let me take the final opinion on my guest so we can go. Stallone, let me start from you.
Roselyn.
Yes.
I think we've had a good show, but for some reactions and contributions from Doc about uncompleted projects and projects that have been left to rot. It's serious. If we are talking about unfulfilled promises and projects that were, you know, Kufuor's Eurojet projects, you remember? The 8 district hospitals, and then the including Afari, the military hospital there. What President Kufuor started, I don't know if you remember, the Eurojet, the Invest projects. The WA Regional Hospital is even one of them. 8 years of NDC, they couldn't complete even one of them. Some of the projects we attribute to John Dramani Mahama. Ridge Hospital, he said it on the floor of Parliament that he inherited it from President Mills. The Bank Hospital, he inherited all of them. It's interesting that maybe people have not taken time to scrutinize him for very well. So when you want to bring in John Dramani Mahama in some of these discussions, it's like comparing apples to oranges. Because under him, his own backyard, when there was no free education, when there wasn't this number of students in secondary schools, there were a lot of occasions where schools in the north had to be shut down because they couldn't access food. Chalk, like we said here, chalk. A former second lady had to go and bear out her frustration in the manner she did. The popular me mama chalk. It happened here. So today, we have moved from not finding chalk.
Did you say me mama chalk?
Also, me mama chalk.
She didn't say that.
That's what she said.
She didn't say that.
Roselyn, you know maybe you want to go back to those.
No, she didn't say that.
She said she doesn't have chalk to give. I understand. But then today, we've moved from people talking about chalk. Advanced so much. Somebody said we don't have enough schools. The level of investment this government has put in providing educational infrastructure, heavy. You've seen the enrollment levels move from 400,000 to over 1.3 million. Record number of students enrolling in our senior high schools. It's never happened. And when we started off, they said there were no beds, there were no dormitories. The magnitude of investment in there. Today, we don't talk about some of these things anymore. We are not there yet. Nobody says we are there. But then, like I told you, the steps and the efforts we are making show clearly that when it comes to education, we are on the right track of having our students. And it's not surprising that our students are able to compete with their peers from other countries, some of these advanced countries. You see Manfred Girls is now beating Americans when it comes to robotics and whatnot. They go on the Prempeh College.
Okay, you have 30 seconds.
My alma mater, Prempeh College. We go there, robotics, and then we shine. When we come to our own country, then a politician who wants to be president is telling us that where we shine, when we are shining outside, it's just fine. When we come here, we excel. We are cheating in exams because he wants to be president. You see, it only comes from people who think in that light.
Stallone, your time is up.
Roselyn, my final reaction is...
No, your time is up.
No, wait, let me finish. Let me wrap up.
So why didn't you wrap it up?
I'm wrapping up. Please.
Your time is up.
10 seconds. Let me wrap up. Roselyn, moving forward, we are faced with a group of people who are always saying it is possible. Our situation can be better. And another group, like I said, who say everything is impossible. All African games, abandon it. It will not be possible. Leave it. So what happened? We started, despite all of the haters.
Your 10 seconds is up.
We've had some of the most successful events.
Stallone, unfortunately, your time is up. Sorry. You know, live TV, time is key. Yes, Doc.
Yeah, just quickly, I want to let my brother know that having come from the background he's coming from, you will definitely be standing by with this kind of posture. And I'm not scared about it. And I want to tell him that the minister actually should be a leader. If the president is not there and you are appointed as a minister, you're supposed to have some decorum, some respect for the citizens of this country, because they form the fabric of the development of this country. They cannot do without them. So you need to minimize the way you talk, the way. We are not saying that go and be begging anybody, but the issues that are in there must be addressed the way it is, and you have to be polite. That's the first one. The second one, going to the school issues, I tell you, I am born in education. I always say that I'm born in education because my parents understand education and gave me education. Look, education without the quality of knowledge and the health condition of that quality of education, if it is not up above reproach and is not quantified and qualified in terms of the person's output in the job market, it's a failure to the economy. Right. Because if education, we're supposed to turn things around, and our figures that we put before public, our numerical expressions are distorted by the people who are ruling us, like the MPP. I'm telling you that then we are heading toward a decay of the economy.
All right, Doc. Thank you so much. A message coming in from Honorable Timothy. I want him. Anyeye versus Ayeye. So under Ayeye, 8.4 million people cannot eat a meal a day. 850,000 Ghanaians have fallen into poverty due to failed and bad policy, and 2.4 million Ghanaians have been having mental problems, as put by WHO. President Nana Addo, Ayeye Group, $1.13 cedis, 75 Ghana. Inflation 23, unemployment 14.7, junkyard economy, crude head cut, policeman at BOG, another policeman at Ministry of Finance, and list goes on and on. What is he talking about? Inherited projects, chalk politics now. I now see the MPP cannot break their aids. And this is coming from Honorable Timothy. I want to. Today we couldn't go on Facebook to read comments, but we'll try and see.
I've really pierced the hearts there.
Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Stallone Nyarko represented the MPP this morning, and Dr. Julius Kwaku Kattah represented the NDC. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll take a break. Coming up next is Watch President.